Have you ever wondered what happens when a person just vanishes? In our journey through the shadowy corridors of the unexplained, we often stumble upon stories that leave us questioning the very fabric of reality. Today, we peel back the layers of one such tale, the curious and chilling disappearance of a man named John Doe. John wasn't a man of extraordinary means or unusual habits. He was an average Joe, living an average life in a nondescript corner of any town, USA. He worked a 9-to-5 job at a local hardware store, had a loving wife, 2 kids, and a golden retriever named Max. His life was as normal as one could imagine, his routine as predictable as the setting sun, and then, one day, he was gone. There were no signs of struggle, no hints of foul play. His car was still in the driveway, his wallet and phone resting on the kitchen counter. The front door was locked, the windows undisturbed. It was as if he had simply vanished into thin air. His wife, bewildered, reached out to the authorities. A search was initiated, posters of John's smiling face plastered across town. His family and friends were questioned, his every move traced and retraced. But it was all to no avail. John Doe, the man who lived a life as ordinary as they come, had disappeared without a trace. But here's where the story takes a turn into the realm of the inexplicable. John's disappearance wasn't just sudden, it was silent. No one saw him leave, no one heard a door close. It was as if one moment John was there and the next, poof, gone. As we delve deeper into this enigma, remember, sometimes the most ordinary lives hide the most extraordinary secrets, and sometimes those secrets are so profound they shake us to our core, leaving us grappling with the mysteries of the unknown. One moment John was there and the next, poof, gone. When someone vanishes without a trace, where does one even begin to look? The initial stages of an investigation are akin to navigating a labyrinth in pitch darkness, with no clear direction or path to follow. Every shadow could hide a clue, every whisper could hold a secret, yet the deafening silence of a missing person's trail often holds nothing but echoes of dread and uncertainty. As the investigation began, the authorities were met with a baffling lack of physical evidence. The usual telltale signs, a misplaced item, a scuffle mark, a trace of DNA, were non-existent, as if the person had simply evaporated into thin air. Searches conducted in the surrounding areas turned up empty, only serving to deepen the enigma. It was as if they were chasing a ghost, a specter that left no footprints, no fingerprints, nothing to suggest they had ever existed. Simultaneously, the lack of witnesses added another layer to this intricate puzzle. Despite living in an era where everyone is interconnected, where surveillance cameras are as ubiquitous as the air we breathe, no one saw anything. No one heard anything. The person was there one moment, and gone the next. As days turned into weeks, fear and speculation began to ripple through the community. Whispers of foul play, of sinister motives began to circulate, chilling the air with a palpable sense of dread. The residents, once amicable neighbors, now eyed each other with suspicion and unease. Every creak, every rustle of leaves in the wind became a potential harbinger of doom. The fear was infectious, spreading like wildfire, consuming the community in its relentless grasp. Despite their best efforts, the investigators were left with more questions than answers. Each lead they followed, each theory they constructed, crumbled like a house of cards, leaving them back at square one. The person had vanished, leaving behind a void filled with uncertainty and fear. But the investigators were undeterred. They knew that somewhere in the vast labyrinth of clues and red herrings lay the truth. It was simply a matter of finding the right path. Sometimes the most terrifying thing is not knowing. In the aftermath of the mysterious disappearance, a chilling void was left, filled only by the whispers of speculation and fear. Theories began to emerge, creeping into the public consciousness like tendrils of frost on a winter window. First came the plausible. Perhaps they had run away, fleeing from a life that had become unbearable. The signs were there, after all, if you looked closely enough. Uncharacteristic withdrawal, late-night phone calls, a sudden interest in maps and travel. It was a theory that offered some comfort, some hope. If they had left voluntarily, they could always come back. But then, as the days stretched into a barren expanse of uncertainty, the theories grew darker. Rumors of foul play began to circulate, whispers of a secret life, of debts unpaid, of a dangerous liaison. Each new theory was more sinister than the last, each one casting long shadows of dread that stretched into the hearts of the community. And then, the absurd. Stories of creatures lurking in the shadows, of strange lights in the night sky, of a rift in the time-space continuum. These theories, while seemingly ludicrous, were born from the same primal fear, the fear of the unknown, the fear of powerlessness. As the theories multiplied, so too did the dread. Each unanswered question, each dead end led, each passing day without a trace of them, amplified the terror. It was a dread that was almost tangible, a fog of fear that hung heavy over the community. Theories, rumors, whispers, they swirled together into a maelstrom of uncertainty, each one a chilling reminder of the person who was no longer there. And yet, through it all, one fact remained undeniable. The more time passed without any leads, the more terrifying the mystery became. As the days turned into weeks, the mystery only deepened. Every dark tale has a glimmer of hope, doesn't it? As our tale of suspense and mystery unfolds, we find ourselves at a pivotal moment. The investigation, once shrouded in uncertainty, now finds itself bathed in the first light of dawn. A new lead has emerged, a lifeline in the sea of enigmatic clues and dead ends. Our investigators, weary but relentless, find their spirits uplifted. The new lead, like a beacon in the night, illuminates the path forward, casting a ray of hope on the grim situation. They seize this opportunity with a renewed vigor, a testament to their unwavering commitment to the pursuit of truth. This newfound hope is more than just a lead, it's a promise of resolution, a possibility of closure. It's a spark that ignites the flame of determination, a glimmer of light that pierces through the dense fog of the unknown. It's a reminder that even in the darkest corners of our tale, there's always a path that leads to the light. But hope, as powerful as it may be, is not a solution in itself. It's a catalyst, driving our investigators to delve deeper, to question more, to leave no stone unturned. Their efforts are amplified, their resolve hardened. They are more determined than ever to unearth the truth, to bring justice to the fore, to ensure that this tale of horror doesn't end in despair. The dark and gloomy narrative is temporarily suspended, replaced by an air of cautious optimism. The investigators, once lost in a maze of uncertainty, find themselves marching towards a possible resolution. They are resolute, undeterred by the daunting task ahead, motivated by the glimmer of hope that the new lead presents. The mystery of John Doe, shrouded in darkness, now sees its first light of day. The investigators, their spirits uplifted, their determination unwavering, are ready to tackle the enigma head-on. They are resolved to follow this glimmer of hope till the very end, to uncover the truth that lies beneath the surface. The investigators were determined. They wouldn't let John Doe become just another cold case. But what if the conclusion isn't what we hoped for? The question hangs in the air, a chilling echo bouncing back from the abyss of our worst fears. Our journey has led us here, to the precipice of understanding, only to find the resolution is far from comforting. We followed the breadcrumbs, pieced together the puzzle, and now we stand at the end of the labyrinth. The unsettling conclusion of the investigation is that John Doe, the man who vanished without a trace, was never meant to be found. His disappearance wasn't an accident, nor a crime of passion. It was a deliberate act, meticulously planned and flawlessly executed. The clues were there, subtle and elusive, whispering a truth too strange and horrifying to comprehend. As the reality of our findings sinks in, a shiver of dread ripples through the community. The once peaceful town is now haunted by questions that gnaw at the edges of the mind, refusing to be silenced. What drove John Doe to erase his existence? What horrors did he escape or unleash? The impact of his disappearance is profound. A sense of unease seeps into the fabric of everyday life, coloring every conversation with a tinge of fear. The world is a little darker, the shadows a little deeper. A ghost story has come to life and its specter looms over the town, a chilling reminder of the mystery that remains. We search for answers, for closure, but find only more questions. The truth, it seems, is as elusive as John Doe himself. It's a puzzle with missing pieces, a story with a gaping hole where the ending should be. The investigation may be over, but the mystery is far from solved. It lingers, a haunting melody playing on an endless loop, echoing in the hollow silence left in John Doe's wake. In the end, the truth was stranger and more terrifying than fiction. John Doe was gone, but his story lives on.